Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to science class. Today we talked about different types of animals. On the book, page number 14, we have some pictures of animals. So we're going to talk about each animal or each type of animal, and then we'll do a little exercise on each picture. So prepare the book ready, page 14. So first type of animals are fish. A fish is an animal that lives in the water and has gills and fins. So these are the fins and these are the gills. Some fish are covered with scales. Not all the fish, only some fish. So we asked the student, how do fish use their fins? They can use their fins to swim. What structure do all fish have? All fishes have fins and gills, but not all of them have scales. So the activity says circle fins. So we circle fin on the book, the picture of the fish on the book, page 14. Next, we move to insects. What's an insect? An insect is an animal with 3 body sections and 6 legs. Many insects have also wings. So not all insects have wings. Some of them have wings, some of them don't. Circle the wings. So we circle the wings. Next type of animal are birds. A bird is an animal that has 2 legs, 2 wings, and feathers. Birds also have beaks. So we discussed each picture. For example, in this one, are penguins considered birds? Yes, they are, because they have wings and they have beaks, even though they can't fly. Not all birds can fly, like ostrich and penguins and chickens and ducks. These are all birds, but they cannot fly. But as long as they have wings and beaks, they are considered as birds. So circle the beak. This is the beak on the penguin. Next type, we have mammals. A mammal is an animal with hair or fur that takes care of and gives birth to live young. So now we move to page 15. So mammals only have hair or fur. They don't have feathers, because some kids mix up some birds as mammals, but no, birds are not mammals. They lay eggs. Mammals give birth to their babies, and they feed them with milk from their own bodies. Do most mammals lay eggs? No. Almost all mammals give birth to live young, so they don't lay eggs. They all give birth. And they all have hair or fur. They don't have feather. So circle the hair. This is the hair part on this zebra. Next, we move to reptiles. A reptile is an air-breathing animal that has dry skin covered in scales. So some kids mix reptiles with amphibians. Reptiles have very dry skin and it's covered with scales. We ask the students, what other reptiles do you know? Like turtles, lizards, snakes, any animal that has very short legs, or they crawl on their belly, they cannot walk. So circle the scales. This is the scale part on this iguana. Next, we have amphibians. Now, this is the difference between reptiles and amphibians. And an amphibian is an animal that lives part on its life in water and part on land. And they have very thin skin and sticky and gooey skin. So this is the difference. Reptiles have very dry skin with scales, and amphibians have very thin skin and sticky from living underwater. So circle the skin. This is the skin part of this frog. Next, we did an activity. I showed the kids cards with different animals, and we sorted the animals based on their type. So these are all the animals we have. So we can sort the animals based on their type or their structure or their shape or size. So we have some birds like this peacock. This is a bird, and this is a bird. We have some amphibians. This is an amphibian. This is an amphibian, the frog, and this is an amphibian. These are all have thin and sticky skin. This is how we differentiate between amphibians and reptiles. Reptiles are like this, the turtle and the snake and the lizard here. We also have fish. This is a fish. And this is a fish. We have insects. This is an insect. This is an insect. An insect. And lastly, we have mammals. Mammal, mammal, cows, elephants, goats. So this is how we sorted the animals. Next, we open the book, page number 16, and we answered this question. How can you sort animals into groups? The answer is we can sort animals by the structures they have, because their structure is what defines them and puts them into different types of animals. So for example, birds have feathers and wings and beaks. Amphibians have live underwater and have thin skin, and reptiles have very dry skin and they have very short leg or no legs. Insects are very small with 6 legs or 2 wings. So we can differentiate and divide all the animals into groups and types by their structures. And that's the end of our lesson. Thank you for attending.